me. It's time. All right. So, without further ado, we're going to get into it. So, what I want to do today is just some stretching, and we want to stretch, hopefully, in more than one direction. So, notes, make sure we don't lose it. We're going to try and do holds for longer. So we're going to hold for upwards of 90 seconds to 2 minutes, with 2-minute holds in each position, okay? So if you don't like stretching, this is going to be tough. But thanks for being here. So what we're going to do is just start nice and easy with some cat-cows. So on all fours, just wake up and back a little bit. Right now, pretty easy to flex and extend in the middle of my back, right? I also want to try and breathe movement into the upper back, right, into the neck. So if you can, we're going to round all the way up. And then you're going to slowly unwind just your tailbone and work your way up that kinetic chain. Right? Then we'll reverse that. Shin tucks under, push the shoulder blades apart, and work your way back down through your tailbone. And so you're just kind of going like a wave from one end to the other. Okay? We can start at the bottom, try to tuck your tailbone under, and then move up the chain. The last bit would be your head tucking under. Cool. So there's just a minute of that. Nice and easy. We're just going to go into the greatest stretch ever. You know this one. So we're keeping it light for the beginning, and then I promise we will hold. So just a step right around the outside of my hands. Good. And then we'll step and switch again, just to the outside of the hands. So we'll keep it light at the beginning, and then we'll do some longer holds to really get in there. On the website, on the Facebook page, I posted a link about some breath work. Okay? Step and stretch. I would highly recommend you trying out that breath work unit. It's about 10 minutes long, and Wim Hof talks to you the whole time. He's beautiful. Beautiful man. Beautiful Dutchman. Okay? So, you got that step back on one leg. I'm going to take this knee. Keep my foot on the floor. We're going to move the knee in a circle. I'm trying to move my knee around in a circle. A few times one way. And a few times, good morning, Debbie. And a few times the other way. So your knees are making a circle in space. Okay? We'll switch legs. Step. Committing that foot to the floor. We're in the stretch, but now we're going to present a new direction or two in there by making a circle with the hips. And that's going to be kind of the theme of today, is taking a stretch that maybe happens in one direction. Ooh, a couple grinding sounds in the hip. I don't know if that's good. We'll take a stretch that normally happens in one direction, and we're going to move it other planes. So hopefully that makes sense in a little bit, if it doesn't already. All right. Cool. So kind of keep it with the inner thighs and hips. Find all fours again. Okay. We're going to kick ourselves out from one leg. Right, so that it's perpendicular, about 90 degrees off the body. Okay. Cool. I'm on the side of my foot. And now we're just going to recenter. So I'm going to find my new center. Right? I kick the leg out, so now I'm wider. I'm just going to rock back and forth. Back and forth. Just on the side. One leg is out, not too far back, not too far out front. I'm just rocking back and forth, and back and forth. Oh, where are you at, Prasoon? Somebody tag Prasoon. Everybody tag some friend you want to see here. So we're here. We're on the side. We're rocking back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. We're still on the first leg. You're going to send it up. You're going to rotate and turn that foot up towards the sky. Okay, so now I've got that foot up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to walk forward towards that leg a little bit. This will be one of our first holds. We're going to hold here, stretching out just that leg for 30 seconds. I got you on the clock. So getting a big stretch up the back of the leg, right? And on the inside, kind of facing that foot. You can do whatever you need with your back leg right now. I'm up on the balls of my feet. Got another 10 seconds. Ooh, that's tight. Okay. So we're going to go to the other leg. So now we're in it. Kick the leg out. I'm just going to rock. On the inside of that leg, we found a new center. We'll rock back and forth, back and forth. Right now, the whole foot is on the floor on the inside, not flat, right? Not flat-footed. We'll let it roll a little bit. Okay. A couple more rocks, then we're going to turn. All right, so let's send that foot now up towards the sky. Walk your body weight over that direction, and we'll hold that stretch for about 30 seconds to start. Hopefully everybody's got something exciting planned for this weekend. Big outings. Maybe not so much. Yeah, 10 more seconds. Maybe Saturday is skill Saturday. Get better at something. What's a skill you want to get better at? Maybe it's stretching. All right. There's that one. Nice and easy. Okay. So we're going to lay on our side, on our back and side a little bit. What's going to happen is we're going into that cross body twist. So I'm going to use I'm laying on my right side. My right hand is on top of my left leg. I'm going to take my left arm and I'm just going to trace a little circle as best I can with whatever space I have here. So might be able to see me there. We're coming in. We take that arm and just stretch it and sweep it up and out to the side and come back. So we're just going to do 5 of those sweeps on each arm. And I've got way too many things on the floor. So there's 2. I'm coming up and over. Open up your chest and shoulders. We're in a twist. Hands come by the hip and back over the top. For 3. I just cracked my back. That felt great. And we'll do one last one. Come on, Anita. We're just stretching it out. Open up the chest and shoulders. You can sit at the desk all week. And we'll do the other side. So, lay it on the floor. Top leg finds up. Bottom hand finds top leg. Then we'll take this arm and just reach it up. Over, run into a bunch of things like the couch. Good. And then bring it back. Big reach. Oh, big stretch. 5 of these. So we got a twist happening, and we're reaching overhead. So hopefully there's more than one thing happening in this stretch. Last sweep. We'll start in front of us, and you're just tracing the floor with your arm, trying to keep your shoulder blades on the floor. Okay? Not too bad, I hope. Cool. So, what we're going to get into next is that pigeon stretch. All right? Probably everybody's favorite. All right? And we're going to get in and we're going to hold that for about 2 minutes on each side. So, what I want you to try and do is get your front shin parallel to the computer or the screen. So it's not back in underneath you because you can sit on your leg, right? But I want to get that leg out in front, okay? I got a block or a yoga block or something to help keep me supported, okay? Because I'm not going to just collapse. Some of you got that. You can collapse, right? But as soon as we swing that leg out, it's in the way and I can't lay down as far. So do the stretch right. All right, so find parallel, whatever that means to you, okay? I got my timer going, and we're on. So we're going to hang out for a while. We're here for 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. And that's going to feel just lovely. All right, hanging out in the stretch. So we are going to be here for a little bit. Again, you're trying to keep your front shin parallel to whatever is in front of you, like a wall. If you were on a yoga mat, it would be parallel to the front of your mat. That means I'm up. I'm not sitting very low in this. I'm kind of turned outward. I'm going to try and square my body forward towards my knees, toes. And if while you're in it, it does get a little looser, you can feel free to move forward a little bit. But it's just early. Take your time, sip your coffee on the side. All right. That's just about the first 60 seconds. We're just gonna hang out there. Just gonna hang out there. And when we're done with the stretch, we're not gonna do anything too crazy. We're just actually gonna try and go a little deeper into it. So keep breathing. If it's uncomfortable, try to maybe breathe slower. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Your body's freaking out going, I'm uncomfortable. It has to learn that this is okay. It is a stretch. That's part of it. About 20 more seconds, okay? At the end of this 20 seconds, we're just gonna go all the way into that stretch. Think of it like a Bikram stretching, all right? Like hot stretching. We don't use that word anymore. All right? So we're gonna basically just let our body forward fold wherever you need. If you have blocks and you wanna go further forward, if you wanna use your hands and go to the forearms, if it's just a ½ inch forward, whatever you got, go ahead and lean forward. And we're gonna hold that for 30 seconds. So you're hopefully a little deeper in the stretch now. And the timer starts now. What's great about stretching is it's super beneficial for your body. Passive stretching is nice. Doesn't require much active effort. There's a TV show you're watching or binging right now. Set a 2-minute timer. Set a 3-minute timer. Take a stretching selfie. Ooh, a stealthy. I don't think that works. Okay, now we're going to carefully get out of that stretch. Oh, sometimes that can be harder than anything else. And then we'll go to the other side. So set yourself up. So again, trying to find that parallel shin angle to whatever your target may be, right? All right. So settle yourselves. We'll start the timer here. And we're on the clock for 2 minutes. So find that first version of a stretch that works well for you. That allows you to square yourself forward. A little hip stretch, outer thigh and glute stretch. And breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Your body's on high alert. Let it come down. Some of you already worked out with Coach Sue. That's awesome. You can always watch this later. If you want to hold the stretch longer, hit pause. Join me when you're ready. Right? We're done with our first minute. Good job. Why did I have to take the cookies to the doctor? Why did I have to take the cookies to the doctor? Because they were feeling crummy. Because they were feeling crummy. That's right. Just because we're not there doesn't mean we can't have bad jokes too. Yes. It's fun. I have people I don't normally train, so I got all my bad jokes from my late afternoon crew hanging out with y'all. All right? About 30 seconds, and then we're going to go into that deeper stretch for 30, okay? 30 to 30. Those of you on this live, you're the smartest people today. I'm just going to put that out there. Everybody else, fools for not stretching on Saturday. All right. So in about 10 seconds, we're going to go for a little further. All right. Keep breathing. Maybe that stretch has opened up a little bit. If something's wrong, you need to square your posture off again and do so. If you're comfortable or comfortably uncomfortable where you're at, stay there. And then we're going to go for it. So we're going to lean that stretch now for another 30 and stay there. Okay. What's up, Kristen? Oh, that's Kevin. I can't read. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Kevin. All right. We're holding pigeon for another 30 seconds if you're joining us. Just nice and easy. Maybe not. All right. Last 10 seconds. Breathe. Awesome. Carefully come out of that. So if that got a little of the back of the thighs, a little bit of the front, I want to keep playing on that train. We're going to kind of go on that direction. So from here, I'm going to take one leg, swing it back behind me just a little bit. All right? We're going to try and get into this stuff in the front and maybe your hips. So you got one leg, and you can play with where this foot sits. I've seen some of you sit back on both legs. I've got it just kind of heel near my backside. And then I'm just gonna put my opposite forearm on the floor and get a big old stretch up through my hips. So I'm gonna hang out there, nice and easy. Got you on the clock. A little hip flexor stretch in the front all the way down to my quad, around there, okay? Breathe. And I think I can make my way to the computer while stretching. So see if this can work. Oh, yep, there's a stretch. Let's see what you're saying, everybody. Stretch selfie, yes. Oh, okay, I'm gonna lean back a little bit. I'm actually gonna take my other arm and reach up. So I'm gonna create that arm sweep we did earlier. Right about there is where I find the most stretch. I want you to find your stretch with your arms. Your arm on the same leg, side leg that's stretching, left arm, left leg, is reaching, and that arm is gonna create movement and weight, and that's gonna create a different line of stress in your body. And I'm getting that all the way up through my abs in here. That's the first minute. We got another minute here. I told you we'd hang out in our stretches today. Hopefully there's not too many demands of you just yet. And again, you can explore that stretch. So some of you might lay back all the way. If that changes where you're feeling, come back to what we're trying to stretch. And if you want to think about stretching, one side's got to get longer, the other side's got to get shorter. So usually what we're trying to stretch is make stuff longer. So if you can figure out how to make the other side shorter, you might get a stretch in there. Yeah, about 20 seconds. Play with the arms, do support on both arms. Nope, I like that reach right there. Gets me a big line of pull. Head back. Sink into it. Deep breath. Last few seconds coming up. Carefully come out of that. I'd say try not to do any of this violently or explosively. We're going to do the other leg. All right. Good morning, Sue. What kind of rope can't be tied? What kind of bow can't be tied? A rainbow. That's funny. That is funny. All right. So I got one leg behind. Right. It's just off. And you can play with where that foot's going to be. Right. It could be a little closer. It could be out a little wider. And then I'm going to go on my opposite forearm. And we're there. 2 minutes on the clock. A little hip flexor, a little inner thigh, maybe a little quad. Like I said, now I'm going to turn my body. That's going to change the stretch, right? If I open up towards the stretch, if I move away from it. But I need you to explore, because your body is different than my body, than everybody else's body. And nobody knows your body like you. Take that arm out for a little bit of a reach. Ooh. So your arm has weight to it. Imagine that. The sum total of your parts make up the whole. Right? So if I move that arm around a little bit, it's going to create different pull, which is going to cause different stress through the body. And in this case, stress is being used in a manner to create a little bit of stimulus or tension and pull through the body. Oh, I just managed to crack my back, which felt amazing. One more minute. Remember, some of you might be back here on both forearms. You might be sinking back, almost sitting on, laying down with your hips on the floor. Find where you feel that stretch, okay? Last 10 seconds coming up. All right, 5, deep breath. Exhale it all out. Sink into that stretch a little bit more. Carefully come on out of it. All right, carefully. So we're really rocking the lower body, all right? Good. Christy, where are you? Yes. So what we do next is our calves, and then we're gonna get into our hamstrings, okay? So for our calves, we're gonna start this one in kind of a seat, whatever base of support you want. It's called like an army base or a half kneeling base of support. So we're going to try and take this angle here and make it as small as possible while keeping your heel on the floor. Okay, so there's going to be a bent knee, the knee's bent, calf stretch. We're hopefully getting to things like your soleus, which is a little bit lower, not the big meaty thing, it's down lower. So we're going to keep the heel down, right? Heel's got to stay on the earth, and then we're going to try and get that knee forward. right? And hopefully that produces a little stretch through the back of the leg. The heel's got to stay down, okay? Heel down, shifting your weight forward. My left chest is over my left thigh, and I'm going to push on it a little bit. And you're trying to create a small angle here, right? If you think you're going uphill, your feet need that capacity. If you've been running a lot, got any runners out there? Any ultra runners out there? All right, one or two. So we've been in the stretch for about 30 seconds. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn to face you a little bit. Okay. So right now your knees and toes kind of point in one direction. Sarah. Good. So we're gonna take now and we're gonna point our knee inward. So I'm gonna push that knee forward and in. So I'm hopefully gonna get a little more stretch on the outside of my ankle, right? Still flat, right? But I'm now going, let's say like northeast with that foot. Okay. Forward and inward. That's going to just stretch around the outside of my ankle. Okay. So stretch normally forward and backwards. We're moving side to side. So now we're going to come into that. I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to go out. Let's go northwest. So now everything stays on the ground. I'm going to push that knee outward, wherever you're at. We're trying to get maybe stretching out through the inside and the back of the foot. Good job. Just stretching out the calves. All right. There you go. If you found something new, that's good. All right. Different directions. So kind of north, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. All right. You can hit some of those points in between 1, 11, 9, within reason 3. I don't need you to drop. All right. Other foot. So combat base is support. That's the word I was looking for. Combat base. All right. So we're in the stretch. Heel stays down. I blew this ankle out a long time ago. So it doesn't want to go as far. I know that. Yay. Just stretching. So heel stays down. And then you're going to try and keep some weight in that foot. I'm just even pushing for a little bit more weight. Nothing too crazy. So again, stretch. Hopefully through the back of the leg. Then heel up to the middle of the lower leg. Your calf. So you might rock forward a little bit, see if you find that stretch differently. Ultimately, you're going to feel it where you feel it. And now we're going to add some directionality to it. So we're going to go, call that northwest. I'm 10 o'clock with my knee. As best I can without cheating it, right? Forward and to a slight side. We'll come back, we'll go out to 2 o'clock. Forward and out to the slight other side. Might not be much, but that foot has to stay on the floor. All right, you roll, you're going to be able to go further. That's cheating. All right. All right. Almost there. Coming into the home stretch of this, I want to have you out of here a little bit. The last little bit is going to be some hamstring stretching. Not going to do anything too crazy, okay? Well, that's not true at all. All right. So what we're going to do next is I'd encourage you if you have a foam roller, yoga block, or a couple water bottles, you might need it. We're going to end up in front splits. So what we're going to do is put one leg out in front, one leg back, and we're going to try and do something like that, right? That's why I wore my stretchy shorts this morning, all right? So what we're going to do is use the blocks to allow you to get into more range of motion. They're going to support you. So the blocks here, I'm going to go one leg out in front, and that's my focus. My back needs resting. I could hold that, but that's a lot of stress on my hips, and I don't quite have that range. So what I'm going to do is hang out right here for 2 minutes. So I've got the yoga blocks to support me. I'm facing y'all. One leg out in front, one leg behind. So if you'd like to, as I keep turning around, okay, we're in the stretch. Timer's already rolling. Okay. You can lift your back knee off the floor if you want. It's going to be a lot more stretch through the hip flexors. Okay. I'm gonna leave my back knee down. Okay. This stretch we could say is happening north and south, right? It's happening in front of you and a little bit behind you, okay? So what we're gonna do now is gently shift our weight side to side. So make space, and now I'm gonna scrub the hips left and right, left, right. So while we're stretching forward and backwards, now you're moving left and right. So you're kind of straddling this open space and moving side to side over it. So we're kind of opening up more lanes on your highway, right? We don't want a one-lane road running north-south. We want to be able to go faster, slower, whatever works. Right, so we're almost there. All right, we're holding it for a little bit longer, about 30 more seconds. Think about all the repetitions and time you spend crunching. Well, this is the opposite direction, okay? Carefully prop yourself up, and we're gonna do the other leg. I think switching might be the hardest part. One leg out in front, back knee is there. You can lift your back knee off the floor if you want. And we'll go ahead and start our timer now. Whew. So a lot of stretch happening forward and backwards. I think this one feels the longest. All right. I did, like I said, posted a Wim Hof breathing. I highly recommend you check out the breathing exercise. Wim Hof would recommend you doing it not on a full stomach. You can do it either in the morning when you get up. So I'm going to do it after this, or you can do it in the evening. But good stuff. Breathing is one of the low-hanging fruits on the tree of life. And if you can pick the low-hanging fruit, you can do things really well, like breathe, and eat, and sleep. So drink your water, get some sleep, breathe. What if you were a really good breather? What if you weren't a good breather? That would suck. All right, so remember, we're scrubbing our hips side to side to open up. So you're in this stretch forward and backwards. We're moving side to side. Again, to open up more lanes on our highway, to clear a little more space. And after yesterday's leg day, this was great. Last 10 seconds. You can't see it, but I put indentations in the yoga blocks from where I'm gripping, because this is killing me. All right. 5, couple deep breaths. Carefully come out of that. Hello, hips and hamstrings. Good morning, Lorna. Okay, so we'll let that one recover for just a second. My hips are talking to me. There's just one other little stretch I want to do, and it's just for your quads. And we're going to do it in a double kneeling position. But if you need something like a wall or a chair, grab it. It'll help keep you supported. All right. Just gonna hang back, sit back. All right. Tuck my toes under. Cool. And then from there, come on up. Hands to the heels. Lift up and open up. And breathe. Drive my hips forward, so push the hips forward. Let your head and body fall back. If further feels better for you, go for it. But sometimes less is more. Keep breathing. Open up the front of your body. Take 2 more big deep breaths. 1. One more big inhale. Exhale. Lower your hips down. We're going to go into a child's pose. Nice and easy. Let it all relax. Open up the hips. You're doing a lot of work. Settle yourself down to the floor. And breathe. Awesome, folks. Well, if you're still stretching and sitting there, please do. Please hang out. You're wonderful. Thank you. It's Saturday. Do something fun for yourself. But let me know if there's any stretches you want to work on. If there's anything you didn't do. But beyond that, folks, have a great Saturday. And thanks for joining me for a little bit of stretching.